Yo, yo, yo. What's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing tonight? Y'all doing lovely? Y'all doing good? Y'all doing fantastic? How y'all doing? We got James in the chat. We got Sigma Rizzler in the chat. We got Nux Ducks in the chat. What's up with y'all? I'm just gonna wait a little while because I got a very good idea for tonight's stream. It's gonna be a fire stream. Yes, sir, James. You already know we're gonna do a surf the web tonight, and I'm gonna be doing one of you guys' requests. I already have 2 videos that are pretty good. If we have enough time for a third video, we'll get it on and popping. Three minutes. Okay. This is gonna be a good one, I'm telling y'all, bro. Something I'm forgetting to do. Oh, here it is. There we go. So, let's get into it. Or, let's start. So, I did Surf the Web #1, which I still have to post Surf the Web #2. Don't get on me for that. I gotta edit it up and all that stuff and then post it and then private the VOD. But that's not important right now. Look, hear me out. Somebody said we should react to some disturbing videos. So I collected 2, kind of long, disturbing videos that we're gonna watch and learn about. We're gonna get creeped out tonight together, right here, right now. I don't know if y'all ready, but I'm about ready. This may be a short stream. The only reason why I'm doing short streams is because only reason why I'm doing short streams is because I do got class in the morning. I know y'all got class in the morning probably, so I'm not gonna make it too long. You dig what I'm saying? But somebody requested that we watch disturbing videos for Surf the Web. So I got 2 good videos from 2 trusted sources on YouTube that I'm about to check out and react to. Yo, I'm about to eat someone. What are you talking about? Yo, if there's time at the end, I posted something good in the reaction request. It's only 17 minutes, but it's good. I got you. Already watched that. Give me 1 second. Yo, what's up, BBC gang? This jump about to be scary. Poop my pants. Alright, y'all. I'm ready. off the bat, we get a warning. Look at this. The following content may contain self-harm topics. Your discretion is advised. We're aware. Let's go ahead and dive in. Damn, I gotta go to sleep. Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I think I'm off on Tuesday and Wednesday, so those streams will be way earlier in the day. I'll let y'all know in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, it's in the description for the live video. We got the darkest moments in TV history, number 6. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
Has really
Got no school tomorrow because of President's Day, so I'll be here all night.
shaken up this Monk's Corner neighborhood.
Following video contains scenes that may be upsetting and distressing for some. Topics include ooh.
One resident said she was too worried about her children to come out and talk with us. And Sheriff MC Cannon says right now he can't offer much comfort.
It was March 3rd, 1989.
Hold on, let me make sure the video isn't too loud. Golly. Hold on, let me check.
In Berkeley County, South Carolina, 5-year-old Justin Turner leaves his home in the early morning, heading in the direction of his bus stop, where he was set to meet his neighbors. His stepmother, Megan Turner, who usually accompanied him.
Alright, let's restart it. I wasn't.
And Sheriff MC Cannon says right now
Oh, these are good? Bad.
It was March 3rd, 1989, in
Okay.
Berkeley County, South Carolina. 5-year-old Justin
That's the state I live in.
Turner leaves his home in the early morning, heading in the direction of his bus stop, where he was set to meet his neighbors. His stepmother, Megan Turner, who usually accompanied him, had been busy in the shower, while his father, Victor Turner, was off at work, leaving Justin.
Bro, no, bro. No. You gotta watch the kid at all times, bro. That's the start of every scary movie.
Take this short walk alone. Later on, Megan would wait for the same bus to arrive at the end of the day. Only when it did, Justin never got off. In fact, according to the
you're
bus
not gonna be
driver and the
disappointed, bet.
neighbors, he never even made it on the bus in the first place. That night, Justin Turner was reported missing,
Oh
and the
my
search to
gosh,
find
bro.
him was underway immediately.
Come on.
It was the third day of the search, March 5th, 1989, that yielded its biggest turnout.
The what day?
It was the third day of the search,
Okay.
March 5th, 1989, that yielded its biggest turnout, with volunteers from the community banding together with law enforcement to help find the young boy, with the group being accompanied by a camera crew from the
You shouldn't
local
have been
Channel
walking
2
alone in the
station,
first place.
as everyone shared the same hope that the child would finally be found. And so they were off, with many searchers directing their
come on,
focus on
bro.
the nearby
Do your job as a
woods,
parent.
while others, including Justin's own family, would search closer to the property as well as its neighboring land. This included rummaging around various sheds and piles of trash, but they were made to leave no stone unturned that day,
Bro.
with everyone geared up for a long, grueling day of searching. Though in the end, all they needed was a few minutes.
What? What do you mean by a few minutes? What?
Something's in there.
Nathan, that's
No
Hammer.
camera, no camera. Where is he at? Where is he at?
No.
With the cameras rolling, we see the moment that Victor Turner discovered his own son, stuffed inside an old cabinet
Bro,
in his
what
own
the
camper,
free?
with his reaction making one thing very apparent.
Bro, this is one of my biggest fears. Like, me potentially becoming a parent, bro, that's gonna be one of my biggest fears, bro. My son or daughter dying before me. I didn't forget, I said I was gonna get them 2 videos and also prove this black can't speak too. What are you talking about? One scary stream, or after this you should check out Scary Stories Animated. Bet I got you.
Was no longer alive. The footage is devastating, and made worse upon the discovery that not only was Justin dead, but he had been brutally assaulted and murdered by strangulation. But there was something even more unsettling about this footage. The fact that that very camper had already been searched in the days prior, and likely numerous times, yet somehow Justin's body was never found, meaning that whoever the killer was
What?
times, yet somehow Justin's body was
Hold up.
already been searched in the day. Something even more unsettling about this footage. The fact that that very camper had already been searched in the days prior, and likely numerous times. Yet somehow Justin's body was never found.
How is
Meaning
that
that whoever
possible?
the killer was may have hidden him there days after the disappearance.
The latest word about the boy's grim fate has really shaken up this Monk's Corner neighborhood.
They were clearly dealing with an incredibly dangerous and deranged individual, and tracking down whoever was responsible became law enforcement in the area's top priority. Though this certainly didn't mean that results were guaranteed, as there was a severe lack of physical evidence found on the scene, making it incredibly difficult to find any definitive information as to who might have done this. And despite their best efforts,
3, 2, 1, Happy New Year!
Why did it just cut to Happy New Year?
a full year passed, and then 2,
What?
and then 3.
What?
Then a full decade passed, then 2, and then 3.
They abandoned the whole case?
From the start, Justin Turner's case was ice cold, and in the end, it seemed clear that it would remain this way forever. Until...
Breaking news this afternoon out of Berkeley County, as the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office has made 2 arrests in the Justin Turner case.
The Berkeley County Sheriff's Office confirms that yesterday they arrested Justin's father, Victor Lee Turner, and his stepmother, Megan Renee Turner.
Bro, what the axe? What? What? So you mean to tell me that that man's reaction was fake? He knew that his son's body was definitely, for surely in there. He looked inside. Fake cried for the camera? How could you do something like that? How? Bro. I was over here feeling bad for the man. He did it.
The upstate, both charged with murder.
35 long years after Justin Turner's body was discovered,
And it took him 35 years to confess?
it would be the very man who found him that was charged for his murder, along with his wife and Justin's stepmother.
That is so inhumane.
This supposedly came as a result of improved forensic technology, as well as other information that had previously been unreported, like one account where a stepmother
And he got granted bond? You cannot be serious.
had been overheard talking
Bro, I'm literally going to the... What are you talking about?
how she and Justin had gotten into a fight that very morning, with the woman eventually laughing about it and saying, "But I won that fight." From the very beginning, Megan was always considered a suspect in this case. In fact, she had even already been arrested for his death at one point in 1990, but was swiftly released on account of a lack of physical evidence. And
Wow. There go law enforcement. Y'all supposed to do your job to protect us. Lock up the criminals. Took you 35 years to figure out who did it. Were you on their side or something?
lack of physical evidence is still a factor to this day,
Yeah, Nick Crawley makes phenomenal videos. Oh, I see now.
as the recent arrest of this couple hinged mainly on circumstantial evidence, with one of the key pieces being that news footage. Investigators pointed out a number of strange moments in Victor's behaviors and actions that day when they went back and reviewed the
That very day.
recording, with the most glaring being that he had found his son literally seconds into the search, entering that camper and going right for the drawer that he was hidden in, almost as if he knew where to look. And given that he owned the property and he owned the camper, it makes more sense as to how Justin's body could seemingly just appear there, as he and his
Bro.
wife were the ones
No, bro. Why didn't they think of that earlier? Why didn't they think of that 30 years ago?
who had the easiest access to it. On top of this, upon finding Justin, Victor didn't rush in to check on his condition, and he seemed to just assume he was dead despite only getting a quick glance. He didn't rush to hold him, he didn't yell out to him.
Suspicion.
He just backed away and told those around him that he had
Suspicious.
found his son. Shortly after, it's alleged that Victor asked a detective on the scene what would happen if a family member had done this, with this question supposedly being
He asked that, and it raised no eyebrows.
posed before it was even revealed that Justin
Bro,
had been
come
murdered.
on,
The
bro.
sheriff on the case later proclaimed about the footage. You look at it, you look at the actions, you look at the body language. I'll let the people draw their own conclusion. On top of this, the same sheriff also recalled that right after the body was found, Victor and Megan basically refused to ever speak to detectives again, and they never once called in to check on the case for the entire 35 years, with the sheriff
Wow.
saying, "Nobody
That's
that
just
I'm aware
weird.
of from any of the family has ever heard from them again. I never got one phone call, not one phone call from his daddy or his stepmother. What are y'all doing about my
That's literally suspicious.
death? Not one. What does that tell you?" Watching the moments that Victor found his son's body, now knowing the context, disturbing doesn't even begin to describe it. And the fact that it took 35 years for this couple to finally be placed behind bars is baffling.
Right.
But things were about to get a whole lot more shocking.
You lied. There's no way it can get worse than that.
We requested that the charges against Megan and Vic be dismissed.
You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. I know you're lying. You're absolutely lying. I don't believe you.
Our hearing, we requested that the charges against Megan and Vic be dismissed. We were very fortunate today that we got a copy of the order from the judge dismissing the charges against both Megan and Vic.
I knew it. I knew it. The police were in on it. The investigators were in on it. Did I not just say that? Because there's literally no way they're not. If they're dismissing it, bro, I have to hear something.
7th, 2024, months after their arrest, Victor and Megan were released from prison and all charges against them were dropped, with the judge citing a lack of any new conclusive physical evidence.
Are you
As well as
serious?
the fact that nearly 20 people who were initially involved in the case, including witnesses and those who initially provided key testimony, had since perished, with the judge believing that it was now impossible to get the full story. On top of this, it was also discovered soon after the arrest, a notorious serial killer just so happened to be in the area on the day of
Man, I'm not believing it, boy.
his murder. His name was Richard Evanitz, and though it's unknown how many victims he truly has, it appears that at least 4 kidnappings and 3 slayings have been attributed to him, with some of these victims being taken in broad daylight when they were getting off the bus. Richard has long since passed away, and there's really no verifiable links to prove his involvement with this crime, with this potentially being just a strange coincidence.
If you don't want kids, don't have them. If you don't want kids, don't have them. How simple is that?
As it is worth noting that it seems like the rest of Justin's family still believe that Victor and Megan had killed him. But all of this left the case in a position that the judge felt was unsolvable, leaving the case without conclusion and without justice. Meaning that in this footage, we may never truly know if Victor had just discovered his son or his victim.
Oh my gosh,
The
bro.
3-day search is over, but not in a way anyone wanted to see. Vivas que não recomendamos
This is
para
already crazy.
crianças nem para pessoas.
This is insane.
Recently, I discovered something truly distressing. I was being double charged for Netflix.
This dude just put an ad on me, bro. Hold up, bro. Get your bag, sir. What's up, Strawberry? Bro, there's no way that was just the intro. I have no idea what's beholding me. Or what is gonna appear above me. Beyond, what am I trying to say? I have no idea what's gonna be displaced before me. What's up, Strawberry? We watching disturbing videos for surf the web Sundays.
So go to rocketmoney.com/Crowley or use that link in the description to get started today
This dude giving me an ad, bro. Come on, bro.
for free.
George and his friend, the man with the yellow hat, were going on a camping trip. This is a beautiful spot to set up camp, George.
Curious George?
George turned around and saw something scary. It was a thin trail of smoke.
There seems to be something innately interesting about survival shows. For decades, audiences have been enamored by depictions of people pushing themselves to the limit in order to survive harsh and almost inhumane conditions.
I'll never put myself on one of these shows. Like, I kid you not. If there was an application for one of these shows, or somebody said, "Do you want to be on one of these shows?" No. I'm not finna drink my urine just to survive, okay? It's disgusting.
Most notably, and one of the more tame examples, is Survivor, which no doubt popularized the genre, as it isn't just a staple of television in the US, but all the other countries that have since created their own versions of the show. In France, the show is called Koh Lanta, and was created back in 2001 by the company Adventureline Productions, or ALP for short.
Alright.
And by the year 2015, the show was one of the most popular in its market, having seen 13 successful seasons. And
That's
so,
impressive.
riding the high of this impressive feat, ALP decided to try their hand at a new show, one that was far more daring.
Hur fasen ska detta gå?
No food, no map, no help. Oh yeah, I'm not joining no type of show like that, bro. You got me messed up. You're not too late, Strawberry. It's about to get real though. Real. But what the freak? No food, no map. You got me, bro. After I heard no food, I'm out. I'm gone, boy.
The show was called Dropped and would
care how
follow
much
two
money I'm
teams of
getting
4
paid.
contestants who would be blindfolded and dropped into an undisclosed location each week via helicopter, with each team having the same mission: make it to civilization, charge a phone, and make a rescue call. And the first team to do so would win, while the losing party would have to vote one member off. It was a fairly interesting idea, but it also
Okay.
already had a proof of concept, as there was actually an identical show being made in Sweden at the time that was already well received. Though Dropped wanted to turn up the interest even more, and that's exactly what they did when they announced that the cast would be composed solely of famous athletes, most of whom turned out to be French Olympians who were already well beloved in
What? Why would they do that?
solely of famous athletes, most of whom turned out to be French Olympians who were already well beloved in the country. It had all the makings of a certain success, though in the end, this show would never actually make it to television, with the showrunners proclaiming that the program would not see the light of day. And this was all thanks to the events of March 9th, 2015.
Ooh. It's gonna get real, y'all.
It was the start of their second episode. The first had seen the elimination of professional footballer Sylvian Wiltord after his team failed to make it out of the wilderness first, which left 7 contestants who were now ready for round 2. The day's shoot began in La Rioja, Argentina, with the cast being blindfolded in preparation to be loaded up into their helicopters and dropped at their next location. Olympic gold medal swimmer Alan Bernard was one of the first to step onto the craft, but was quickly told to exit, as his team had been the first to be dropped in the last episode, meaning that to make it fair, it was time for the other group to go first, thus giving them slightly more time.
Alright.
And so he stepped off the craft and waited with his group, as the other team instead loaded in. There were 2 helicopters on the scene. One was set to carry 3 contestants: Florence Atu,
Okay.
Samil Mouffe,
Alright. I feel like somebody dies. Just saying.
and Alexis Vastine, along with a crew member and 1 pilot. Meanwhile, the other craft was strictly for the crew, holding 4 production workers as well as a single pilot, with Alan Bernard and his group staying on the ground with their backs turned to the craft, as they eagerly anticipated the return of those helicopters to then take them. And so, with their blindfolds on in the pitch darkness, the team listened, as they heard the sounds of the crew cheering on a successful takeoff,
Alright.
though the cheering would be cut short by an awful sound. The sound of crushing metal.
No. No. Oh my gosh. No.
The aftermath was recorded on the cell phone of someone standing nearby, showing us a large group of people rushing towards a massive plume of smoke. Where they would find the remains of one of the aircrafts, mangled and reduced to an unrecognizable mass of steel.
Well, I thought he said remains of one of the people. I'm about to say, whoa, bruh. Whoa.
With none of the contestants being able to make sense of what had just happened. It's very possible that the incident itself was captured by the production's own cameras. However, this footage has never and likely will never be released. Though coincidentally, they weren't the only ones recording.
What?
As someone watching nearby just so happened to be filming the takeoff of these two crafts, showing us
A freaking creep.
the reality of what had just transpired.
Oh.
Just as the two aircrafts had taken to the sky, the second and lowest helicopter began rapidly ascending, with the pilot seemingly failing to realize that the other craft was directly above them, causing the two to collide and then plummet to the ground below.
Bro, what
In the
the
end,
freak?
10 people went into the sky, and none made it down alive.
Yo, what's up, Nardo? We watching creepy videos for Tonight Surf the Web. Everybody say hi to Nardo.
The footage makes little sense even today. The weather was
What's up,
perfect, the
SWT?
crafts were some of the best in the world, and both of the pilots not only had 30 plus years of flying experience, but they were both flight instructors themselves. Not to mention that the show's security coordinator, who was in charge of facilitating the takeoff, had actually worked on the Swedish version of the show, and had
And they crash into each other.
ample experience in this exact situation. And yet, this is how it ended.
That's, bro,
It was eventually
all
determined
that experience and you crash into each other?
that the higher helicopter was likely flying out of visual contact from the lower helicopter, and that the pilot of the ascending chopper likely just didn't realize how close they were, with reports also indicating that he may have been distracted by the actual film.
These are the professionals we put we put our life in the hands of these professionals right here. Are you serious? Are you kidding me?
Process, something we've tragically seen before.
We're gonna pull out. We don't know what has just happened right there.
And because of this, it appeared that at least some pilot error was to blame. But it was AOP
You think?
was found largely responsible, with alleged serious safety oversights being discovered later on, with it appearing that this crash was the result of multiple small factors coming together to form one catastrophic accident.
Bro.
After the incident, Dropped was swiftly cancelled, while the team that had so narrowly avoided getting on that flight and in turn likely having perished themselves were left in complete and utter shock, forever changed by the accident. With Alan Bernard, the man that's said to have been physically on that doomed craft for a split second, later recounting that there was a life before and after Dropped, because you don't come out of such an accident unscathed. In the end, AOP was indicted on manslaughter charges and found to be an inexcusable fault for the disaster, though it doesn't really seem like they faced any sort of actual legal punishment, with the company continuing their work on other programs to this day. But one thing that I was surprised to find in my research was that AOP is actually no stranger to the world of disturbing television moments.
What?
In fact, they had experienced one just a single year before this accident.
Oh, really? And they trusted them with another TV show?
Mentioned previously, AOP was already quite versed in the world of survival television, as they had run 13 successful seasons of Koh Lanta. Though what I failed to mention is that the company had actually produced 14 seasons, or at least they attempted to.
What?
It was season 13, during the very first day of filming, when contestant Jara Baban collapsed after the show's second challenge, with the show continuing to film as if nothing happened. Anonymous reports from the set claim that once on the ground,
Is it because he's black? I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Continuing to film as if nothing happened. Anonymous reports from the set claim that once on the ground, it took the medical team nearly 5 minutes before intervening, as to not
Can't tell me it's not racially motivated. Half of me is playing, half of me is serious. There's no free. It took you more than 5 minutes to finally go over there and check. Oh, we thought you were sleeping.
the recording, and once they eventually did tend to him, he became more.
If I'm not chatting opt-ins because I'm playing Elden Ring, I get you, bro. Elden Ring, that grind. I will never play Elden Ring. It's too hard. Pause. Not like that.
Alert and complained of having severe cramps, but the show's primary doctor, Terry Costa, didn't believe that his ailments required an emergency airlift, as this would have cost the production company far too much money, especially on the first day of filming. Instead, Gerard was diagnosed with dehydration and was brought back to their makeshift infirmary,
Bro, this is insane.
where he would lay for nearly 2 full hours until he was finally taken away by a proper medical team. On his way off the island, Gerard Babin would pass away from cardiac arrest at the age of just 25.
This is exactly why I would never, ever in my life of living sign up for a survival program. I'm not doing that. I don't care how good my health is. I want to keep my life.
Cardiac arrest that was completely missed by the show's doctors.
Man, those weren't doctors, they were phonies.
The testimony from those on the scene painted ALP and Dr. Costa in an extremely negative light, as their inability to act quickly and recognize the ailments of Baban,
And they let them make more survival shows. Killing 10 people.
contributed to the young man losing his life, with some claiming that the doctor and the showrunners were far more interested in keeping the production running smoothly than actually caring for the young man. And though ALP denied any wrongdoing, the season would essentially be cancelled right there on the spot. But disturbingly, despite the filming lasting only 1 day, Baban's death wasn't the only tragedy to occur as a result.
What?
Due to intense ridicule, Dr. Terry Costa would end his life just days later, stating that all the negative news reports about him were wrong and that they had sullied his good name, writing in a final note, "I'm sure that I treated Gerard in a respectable manner, as a patient and not as a contestant," adding, "having to reconstruct this destroyed reputation would be unbearable," before ending his letter with a message to those on the shoot that had spoken out against him. The author of the anonymous comments about the
Bro, my body is literally twitching and shaking, bro.
circumstances of Gerard Baban's death, and those who spread them will have to face their conscience. In the end, Koh Lanta would return a year later and has been going strong ever since, as ALP did not appear to face any serious repercussions for the
I take back what I said earlier.
incidents that transpired under their watch, with their fault in both cases being debated to this day.
This is creepy.
Emergência 91, a vida
An emergency TV show?
ela é na tela do SBT.
It's July 5th, 1993, in downtown Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Okay.
A doorman working at a busy office building looks up to the sky and notices a woman sitting on top of the structure, her legs dangling 7 stories above the pavement below. One wrong move
What
sitting
the
on top of
freak?
the structure, her legs dangling 7 stories above the pavement below.
She get up there.
One wrong move away from certain death.
Oh nah, bro.
Precisely what she wanted. The man calls the police immediately, though surprisingly, they wouldn't be the first on the scene, and instead, they were beaten by a camera crew.
Terminando o verão, né?
So this TV show is basically going around filming people that were in danger. Who thought of this and said, this is the best idea we ever had? Okay, what if that, person in danger doesn't get rescued and they die. How would your TV show look then? Huh, bucko? Answer me, pal. You stupid?
The group was from the show Aki Agora, a news program from the network SBT that had become notorious for their sensationalized and shocking stories. In their history, they had captured live footage of police riots, kidnappings, and even murders, which they would then broadcast
How the freak was this broadcasted?
on air as part of their show. And this unfolding situation was their content for the day.
Nós fomos ver o que estava acontecendo. E quando nós chegamos ao local, o corpo de bombeiros chegou, os bombeiros chegaram junto conosco. O que é um suicídio? Onde? Nós vimos junto. Um bombeiro olhou pra cima, tava lá a menina.
Sentada no
parapeito.
Hey, yo, if I'm not chatting often, it's because Buddy, we don't need to know that. This dude's going crazy. Wait, to my voice? Yep. I'm joking.
Um susto, a câmera olhou também, nós tomamos um susto.
Her name was Daniele Alves, and at the age of just 16, she had entered that office building and climbed up to its roof with the hopes of ending her life. And minutes after Aki Agora arrived, she did just that, as their cameras captured it all.
É terrível. Daqui a pouco, Aqui Agora vai mostrar as imagens chocantes de uma jovem pulando para a morte. Atenção, são imagens exclusivas que não recomendamos para crianças nem para pessoas sensíveis.
Bro, what the freak?
Later that night, that footage would be packaged together into a roughly 10-minute segment, which the network promoted heavily throughout the day, hyping it up to be one of their most shocking episodes ever. And
so you hyped up a girl's self-end on national television. What in the actual is wrong with you, my guy? What? Are these people okay in the head? The people behind this TV show, the people that are on set doing their job, are you okay mentally? Because there's no freaking way that you just broadcasted that.
Supposedly, it was. As though it appears that the full segment is currently lost, the footage of Daniele's fall was said to have been displayed almost entirely in full, showing the moments just before and just after she had landed, where she was said to be still somewhat alive. It was more than shocking, and left viewers outraged that something of this nature could be shown on TV. But while showing the footage proved highly controversial enough, it was the context surrounding the footage that made it even more depraved. As mentioned previously, police were called to the scene to assist in efforts to help Daniele Alves. Yet the first to arrive was that Aki Agora news crew. And this wasn't a coincidence. They were all about capturing events as they unfolded. And in order to be the first on the scene, they...
So you're telling me they manipulated it? They told the emergency services, no, wait, we gotta get this content. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't tell me it's true.
They were all about capturing events as they unfolded.
No.
And in order to be the first on the scene, they actually tapped into the police scanners,
That's a crime.
All of the calls and information being passed through officers in order to get leads on potential stories, which is how they got word of this incident, hearing the calls and speeding over as quickly as possible.
Bro, no,
It wasn't illegal per se, but it surely wasn't ethical either. And
it wasn't illegal. What year was this?
this was only the start. After Daniele jumped, the crew that had filmed her had already captured their dramatic footage for the day. And as the officers and medical personnel dealt with the aftermath, the crew decided to turn their focus to the next element of their story, Daniele's parents. They packed up their equipment right away and headed straight for the home of Daniele's mother and father, with it being unclear how they even got that address in the first place.
Yeah, that's illegal though. You're telling me that's perfectly fine.
And there, they once again had beaten the police, who were still back at the scene trying to piece everything together. Though rather than waiting for them, the crew instead decided to take the lead.
Oh, You telling me they bust the door down?
Going up to the door, ringing the doorbell, and telling Daniele's parents that their daughter had just passed away. The crew then supposedly took the
Oh, I thought completely wrong. But why would you do that? All for some content? Really?
to the police station, consoling them all while their cameras kept rolling, as the crying parents made for the perfect footage for their segment. Exploitative is the only word for it, but what they did next, well, that was something far more evil. Having dropped the parents off at the police station, the crew then got to work creating their segment for the night, and as part of it, they needed to find a reason as to why Daniele did this.
Yeah.
They first theorized that this was likely due to a drug addiction which had somehow spiraled and led to her jumping, but then they decided that that just wasn't dramatic enough, and they instead shifted.
Hold up, they said the police station or the TV station?
The crew then got to work creating their segment for the night, and as part of it, they needed to find a reason as to why Daniele did this. They first theorized that this was likely due to a drug addiction which had somehow spiraled and led to her jumping, but then they decided that that just wasn't dramatic enough, and they instead shifted to a different story.
So they tapped into police communication devices. They somehow find the addresses of her parents' house. And now they're creating false narratives? These are criminals. Did they not get locked up?
One that they reported to all of their viewers as if it were a fact. They reported that Daniele Alves had ended her own life because of her abusive parent.
And this is why I will always say that you can never, ever believe everything on the internet. Well, no, this is TV. This ain't even the internet. This is TV. You can't believe everything on television either. Bro, what the freak?
Placing the entire blame on the family that they had just supposedly helped. And there was one massive issue with this. It wasn't even true. The claim appears to have been quite literally based on nothing. It has no verifiable backing and seems to have been a complete...
I'd be absolutely upset. You just put the parents through complete mental stress, anxiety, and then you lie on them?
In fact, just days later, Daniele's best friend spoke out and said that Daniele had done this because of a broken heart, not because of drugs or any sort of abuse. It's sickening, as the crew cared so little about Daniele's own story that they seemingly just made up their own. And imagine for a moment being those parents, going about your day when a TV crew comes to your house and tells you that your daughter is dead, and despite consoling you, those same people then broadcast your daughter's death for the whole world to see, and blame you for it.
Bro, I don't know how I would actually feel. Like, I would never imagine something like this. This is something you cannot make up. How? Why?
Naturally, this didn't go without repercussions for Akiagara, who had crossed the line in the most soulless way possible, and the effects were swift and powerful. As the rating soared 33%, making it more popular than ever before. The network would end up being sued by Daniele's family, who was eventually awarded $1 million as a result.
Bro, no amount of money would replace my child being dead and you filming it and you creating a false narrative on me. No amount of money can replace that. At that point, just keep the money. Well, actually, nah, chill. We don't need $1 million. But like, brother, no amount of money is gonna fix the damage that you caused.
Realistically, no amount of money could ever be enough, as the show's permanently affected that family and destroyed their grieving process in a way that I can't even wrap my mind around.
Right.
But this did little to slow down Akiagara, as they remained on the air for 4
They remained on the air. To slap who's in charge.
long years, during which they leaned even more into these unfolding crime stories, leading to them witnessing numerous other deaths, and even being taken hostage themselves on multiple occasions. Akira would continue on air until the year 1997, when one day the show was pulled due to its declining ratings, and in its place, the network would instead begin airing The Disney Club.
You gon' air Disney? on the same freaking place that the chilling? No, bro. No. No. No, bro.
Look down the track and there is a train coming towards you.
That boy Nardo just found out what Sigma Rizzler just said. Yeah, that dude is tweaking.
What do you think would happen?
It was an exciting day for
hello?
the crew of the upcoming movie Midnight Rider, the Greg Allman story. Years had been spent planning and scripting for this biographical film about Greg Allman of the Allman Brothers.
Okay.
And this day, February 20th, 2016, would be the day that they would finally start filming.
Huh?
It was nothing more than a camera test, a day in which the crew would practice filming, as well as getting acquainted to their equipment and new co-workers. But for the group of 20, the excitement in the air was palpable, as they
Right.
were given access to a stunning piece of land in Nahunta, Georgia. So stunning, in fact, that the film's director, Randall Miller, just couldn't wait to begin the actual process of filming. Slicing through the property was an old railroad that had crossed over a scenic bridge raised high above the
You said railroad? I already see what can possibly go wrong, bro.
river, the perfect location for a shot that Miller had been envisioning. It was set to be a dream sequence where Allman's character would wake up on a hospital bed in the middle of the tracks and see a vision of his brother. And it was a shot that Miller just had to have.
But the train tracks, though.
However, there was one major issue.
What was it?
The crew was given permission to film on the property, but not the actual railway, as this
Playing WWE being Roman Rump. Did I look down and read the wrong thing? Bro. First of all, they got permission to film at a location. But you decided to go where you weren't given permission to go to. And what happens next, bro? Like, it's not even unpredictable.
And when Miller asked them for permission to film the shot, he was denied multiple times.
So he was denied multiple times, and he just said, freak y'all, flip y'all, and just did it anyway.
Tracks were still very active, making it far too dangerous.
Oh, wow.
But being on location and seeing that bridge, Miller couldn't help himself. And so he
to a freaking lawsuit.
His crew to set up the scene anyway, believing that they could quickly steal a shot without anyone noticing.
All right, my guy.
Miller had supposedly done his research too, and discovered that only 2 trains
He didn't do no freaking research. He's stupid.
set to roll through the area that day, and he knew the general intervals in which they were supposed to pass. Based on this, he figured that those trains wouldn't arrive for a few hours, giving them more than enough time to film the movie's very first scene.
Wrong.
And so they quickly set everything up, rolling out a metal hospital bed and placing it towards the center of the
Freaking
bridge,
idiot.
with Miller assuring his crew that this was in fact safe.
No, obviously it wasn't. You're on Darkest Moment in TV History Part 6.
That they had nothing to worry about, as the camera began to roll. Minutes later, the bed began to shake, and the silence around them was shattered by the sound of a whistle.
It's wraps. It's over. You decided to film where you were told not to, and now look what happens.
Before them was an unexpected third train, heading straight for the bridge that the entire crew was now on. Miller had gotten the schedule wrong.
Stupid idiot. You didn't do enough research, bozo.
At this point, the crew was filming a considerable distance into the bridge, but the shortest and really only route to safety was to go towards the oncoming train. And so that's precisely the route they took, and as they did so, there was little panic within the group, as rather than rushing to safety,
Little panic?
they all seemed more focused on retrieving their equipment, believing that they had more than enough time to salvage everything. As after all, losing this expensive
Boy, forget that equipment, boy. I don't care how much it costs. There's a cost between life and equipment. Bruh, you can get equipment back. You can't get life back, can you?
on day 1 would have been devastating for the production. They likely had no idea that from the sound of that first whistle, they had just 60 seconds until the train would cross that bridge, whether they were off it or not. As they began to realize just how quick—
Let me guess. Somebody or something didn't make it off the bridge in time. Just guessing.
The train was approaching, their movements
Just,
became more
you know.
hurried, which is where one major problem occurred. That metal hospital bed. It was incredibly heavy on its own, and though it was designed to roll, its wheels kept getting caught on the tracks. And worst of all, it was set up horizontally, which essentially turned it into a barricade.
I wonder why he didn't realize that the train was on the track. Dude, stupid.
Despite their best efforts to save everything, their time was up, and as the camera continued rolling, the train would arrive.
Somebody dead, somebody died. He's showing this? I'm scared.
At this moment, the train itself also had a camera rolling, which showed that even in those final moments, the crew was still trying to salvage their equipment. What happened next was a blur. Some were able to leap to safety, while others managed to jump to the side and cling onto the bridge. But there was still one thing that remained in the train's path.
It wasn't a thing, it was a person, wasn't it?
That hospital bed.
Oh. Okay. Wait, so nobody died?
Which, upon impact, was torn to pieces. Pieces that were flung all over the area, striking multiple crew members and leaving many injured. But it was 27-year-old filming assistant Sarah Jones who was struck by the largest fragment, with a force so strong that it caused her to fall directly in front of the train. In total, 7 crew members were hurt but alive, while Sarah Jones had tragically been.
Bro, oh my. This is absolutely crazy, bro.
On the very first day of production, in the very first shot, the unthinkable had happened.
Now we're looking at the idiot producer who was told not to film.
And when it came to passing the blame, most turned their attention to Randall Miller, as he was the one who ordered the scene to be shot despite being denied permission numerous times. And this public disdain towards him only grew, as he and his production company denied any responsibility, and instead, they blamed the railway company.
I know they didn't. You blamed the railroad company because you didn't do enough research. Y'all didn't do enough research. Y'all were told not to film here. You blame them? You deserve to be drop kicking your Adam's apple. And if you're a female, you deserve to get... I don't even know. What is your problem? You killed somebody, not them. You. Bum. Bozos.
Just 1 week after the incident, Randall Miller requested a new permit to begin filming Knight Rider once again, asking if they can begin as soon as possible. This, however, would never actually happen, as he was instead arrested and given a 1-year prison sentence for manslaughter, as well as a 10-year ban from directing any films, a mandate that he would actually go on to break, though he was swiftly forgiven, and today he continues to direct.
Forgiven? Man, whoever did that can get slapped too.
But while it's easy to focus on the morbid nature of this case and the man responsible for it, there was one unexpected outcome of this horrific accident. Upon her passing, Sarah Jones' parents set up a foundation called Safety for Sarah, which pushed for safer working conditions on film sets, with the movement bringing to light a number of safety concerns.
1 year is absolutely insane, bro. Wait, what?
Which pushed for safer working conditions on film sets, with the movement bringing to light a number of safety concerns that were often brushed aside and ignored. And all in all, their efforts have made TV and film sets significantly safer, giving their daughter a purpose even after her death. On top of this, Sarah Jones was also honored by countless production companies across the world, as crews began writing her name on their film slates, with there ultimately being over 2,000 of these tributes for her, from some of the world's most well-known productions.
Bro, shout out to Sarah, but that other dude and the way they treated him is absolutely absurd and insane. You just gonna let a murderer go. Just like that. He back to directing. After one. I'm telling you, the system that you know votes on these things, it's rigged. Our executive branches, our executive branch, judicial branch, legislative branch, it's all rigged.
But by far the biggest tribute was when she was honored at that year's Academy Awards ceremony, a stage that she always dreamed of making it to.
When you saw her name up on the screen at the Academy Awards, what were your feelings?
Overwhelming.
She made it to the Academy. She made it.
Bro.
I wanted to give one last quick shout out to Rocket Money.
Oh my days, bro. That was insane. That was absolutely crazy. I got another video for y'all boys. Hold up. Give me one moment. Bro, we gotta talk about that though. What the freak? In just about every situation, people that were responsible for, you know, people's lives, they got let loose. Why is every killer in America getting let loose? Y'all don't see the problem? Oh my gosh. Why is there so many deaths? Because you're letting mass murderers loose, free, out to do more harm than to get away by, you know, self. Bro, come on, bro. You cannot be serious. I don't even know if I'm ready for this next video, bro. I don't know. Yeah, people are really stupid. Too stupid. There's no way somebody can actually be that stupid, though. Like, be so for real, bro. Yes, it's very weird. Too weird. Multiple instances. Them people with oppressors on GTA always get away with it. Bruh. Man, here's the next video for y'all boys and girls. Disturbing hacked webcam stories. Let's go, Tov.
Imagine this. You're casually browsing the web, maybe watching some YouTube videos, and out of nowhere you get an email from an unknown person.
If I'm getting an email from an unknown person, I'm not touching it. It's most likely going to my spam folder. Like, I'm most likely deleting it. 1 year for offing someone makes me mad. I promise you, bro. What are we doing?
Open it, and attached are images of you taken through your webcam. You have no idea.
Whoever titter-tottering and pitter-pattering on my webcam right now, eat a Frank, buddy. Try me and see what happens. I got goons in GTA. Make me a judge. I'm handing out life sentences for everything. Bro, I kid you not, bro. Hey, bro. Hate crime? You called a black man the N-word and you're white? Life sentence. I'm so dead serious. I'm not, but you should serve jail time for that. There's no freaking way.
It's even happening. But then webcam.
I got goons out.
You have no idea what's even happening. But then you remember clicking a random link in order to download a free version of, let's say, an editing software. But
stupid idiot.
You didn't know is that you downloaded a RAT, a remote access Trojan. This allows the person on the other end to have full control of your computer. That means your web.
Burn the computer. Burn the hard drive. Burn your house. Just kidding. Don't do that. Chill.
Camera roll, passwords, bank accounts, and quite literally anything that's on
your computer. You're cooked.
And in today's video, we're going to be talking all about disturbing.
That's why it's all about safety. Hack DTR if you want.
webcam stories. Hey guys, my name is Tuv. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to my channel. We're at
I never watched this video.
0.22 million subscribers. There's the actual sub count. The
Remote access Nardo.
What? Count on the screen. So if you want to change that, I'll earn your subscription for this video. I do like 222 though. Like, it's a pretty cool number. But yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying October. I know I haven't done anything crazy on the channel for October, really. I wish I would have acknowledged Halloween more.
Okay, let's just get to it. I'm sorry. I don't like. Yeah.
Plug for my Patreon, but I upload everything 24 hours before over on Patreon if you want to go check that out.
Okay.
But yeah, happy Halloween to you guys that celebrate it. And given
it's not Halloween,
it is the spooky scary month. Let's get into some proof on
Spooky Scary Sunday. This is not Corey Kitchen
stories. Hacked while watching Netflix and sent proof on Facebook.
I can't even watch Netflix. Are you serious? Imagine Stranger 5. Imagine Stranger Things 5 season 5 drops. You're on Netflix. You just chilling. You get an email to your phone or something. Or no, not phone. You're watching Netflix. You got your webcam on. You're like, ooh, this is a great story. Oh my gosh, what happened to 11? And then you hop on your Facebook. Someone says they got pictures of you. You said, I don't believe you. I don't. And all you see is you. Same night. How would you feel? Just know I know how to find people too. Not just through their devices. YouTube, I'm playing. Chill out.
The story of Chelsea Clark will probably...
He said they... Oh, he said they hack using remote access Trojans. That's crazy. Hack while watching Netflix. Yeah, that's
your blood running cold insane. Just because of how chilling it was. It happened on a Wednesday evening in July of 2015, where the 27-year-old Canadian bartender reported having been spied on by an unknown hacker. Leading up to the event, Chelsea and her boyfriend had been having a Netflix and chill session.
So was this real Netflix or pirated Netflix? Because what the freak?
Which he described to be pretty normal Wednesday night stuff. They, however, had no idea that their intimate evening would have a creepy turn of events. After leaving work the next...
Bro, imagine you getting down. You getting down. Getting right with your partner, right? Just to get a disturbing message on your phone or laptop, bro. I'd be so mad. You're literally C-word blocking. Stop it.
Day, Chelsea logged into her Facebook account where she had received a notification from a strange user by the name of Mahmoud Abdo.
Who?
Off the bat, Chelsea was unsettled as this user's profile picture was a disturbing headshot of the Joker, but that was nothing compared to the message they had sent. Really cute couple. And attached to it were a series of...
How the... I'll track down LeBron like I'm Batman. Bro, Batman be beating the freak out of people, bro.
Of Chelsea and her boyfriend.
Yep, throwing passes like Pat.
Which appeared to have been taken from her boyfriend's laptop's webcam. Even crazier, Chelsea's privacy settings on Facebook were set to only allow messages from her friends, and upon checking, she found that the user had added himself as a friend just before sending the message. Then, upon further checks, Chelsea found that apart the user's location being in Cairo, Egypt, they were also following only a couple of soccer club pages and belonged to a Facebook group called Spammers and Hackers. Obviously,
bro.
Terrified, Chelsea contacted the Toronto police, who unfortunately offered little help in solving the case, claiming that they did...
Bro, the police are literally no help. 911, what's your emergency? Help, I'm black. Hello? Oh. 911, what's your emergency? Okay, I've been hacked. They got pictures of me and my boyfriend, so... They hacked my computer. Did you hear that part? They hacked me. We don't care. Boom, boom, boom. The police are literally no help, bro.
The resources to follow up. Instead, they suggested that she should simply block the user, hoping that they didn't contact her again. That's
block the user. Negro. The computer got hacked. They just gonna make another account, hack into more things, and find their way back around. Stupid goofy. I know this is 2015, but like, dude, have common sense.
For some form of closure and justice,
Why not
Jay
do it myself
contacted
all
both
moment?
Netflix and Facebook with no response from Netflix, and Facebook stating that the user had not gone against any of their policies. Anyway.
Oh, really? That's why we don't trust Facebook now.
According to Eric Parent, a cybersecurity expert, the hacker must have been someone who personally knew the couple. Either that, or it was an outsider that did their homework and understood enough about the couple. This is because of how strange the whole ordeal was, and after the webcam was hacked, the hacker conveniently found Chelsea on Facebook. Parent further explained that hacking a webcam is not rocket science and is actually simpler than we may think. Someone would only...
Oh, really? So not only am I live streaming, some random from India is watching me through this camera without being on my live stream? Yeah. Camera off. Now how you gonna view me? My phone? Nope. Phone off. My PS5 camera? Nope. PS5 camera off. How you gonna see me? How you gonna see me? I can have it like this the whole time.
Basic tech knowledge and bad intent. However, in this case with the hacker allegedly being across the world from Chelsea and her boyfriend, remote access would have required some form of user involvement, meaning the victim would have had to click a link or open a document. Chelsea was still not convinced because her boyfriend's laptop was only ever used for gaming or streaming Netflix. As a matter of fact, her boyfriend ran a security scan on it and the results came back normal with no...
You cannot trust security scans. That's why you put tape on your webcam. Shoot, I'm a star.
...detected. Russian hackers broadcast live feeds from UK.
Dang, 20%? Come on, y'all. Don't want the show to get cut short. Let me plug in my MacBook. There we go.
If you can access your video footage over the internet, then what's stopping someone else from doing the same? This is a question posed by Simon Rice, the group manager for technology at the Information Commissioner's office, after news erupted of a Russian website.
What do you say?
Internet hackers broadcast live feeds from UK homes.
Bro, I have a security system. So you mean somebody sees me outside every day at 6 a.m.? Oh, it's over, bro. I'm not trusting no cameras. I'm finna be a faceless YouTuber. But not one of the weird ones that play Minecraft. Alright.
Access your video footage over the internet, then what's stopping someone else from doing the same? This is a question posed by Simon Rice, the group manager for technology at the Information Commissioner's office, after news erupted of a Russian website allegedly spying on people all over the world in late 2014.
That's
the website called
weird.
Instacam was discovered to have been streaming live footage from over 250 countries. Now, if you've been watching my videos for about maybe even 3 years now, because I think in 2021, I uploaded a video. I had this little series called Disturbing Websites where I go over disturbing websites. And I believe Instacam was in one of those videos. It's basically a website where like I just said, it's broadcasting a bunch
place, city, and Tokyo. Will this
I've seen people, like when you look up Instacam on the Google search, there's people on Reddit saying that don't even click on the website. You can get a virus from just clicking on the website. So I'm letting you guys right now, don't do that. Just
why would I ever search up that website? I'm joking. I'm not searching it up. The freak.
Listen to the story. As of November 2014, the website showed thousands of feeds with 4,591 from the US, 2,058 from France, and 584 from the UK. There were other countries on there too. The website, rather chillingly, seemed to have been accessing footage from private webcams, CCTV systems, and even baby monitors. In the UK, the privacy watchdog warned that spies had hacked into several of these systems and
that means they hacked into the Walmart cameras, the Walmart security cameras that nobody uses. They saw me not do my job. I'm joking, bro. I don't care.
It was a threat that everyone needed to be aware
Forget
of.
Walmart.
This was particularly following the upload of private footage from Teesside homes in the UK, including live feeds from children's bedrooms, which justifiably alarmed residents. The Gazette, a UK publication covering part of the story, reported seeing images from the site showing bedrooms, garages, gardens, and living rooms from that area, as well as a gym in Manchester, a bedroom in Birmingham.
I can't get over the fact, bro. What the freak? You can't trust nothing. Bro, nah.
In an office in Leicester. If that's not creepy enough, in the US section of the website, there was a camera that was placed in a baby's crib in Orange, California. Just looking at the baby. And yes, I mean Orange, California, not Orange County, California. Orange is just a city in Orange County. The more you know. Word went around pretty quick, and it didn't take long for the alleged hacker to be identified. A German researcher going by the X handle @Tactic41 said that he had tracked down the IDs associated with the site, after which he alerted the authorities. His investigations revealed that the programmer was Moldovan, who claims that Instacam was set up to alert people to weak online security on their camera systems. Comically, the programmer was singled out by the German researcher, the Russian site stopped hosting any feeds and only displayed a plea for a job, even listing the programmer's skills and contact. Anyway.
Negro, what the freak are you talking about? Oh yeah, we basically hacked into everyone's webcam just to show you how weak your security is. Dude, that is a crime. You can't do that. What if somebody wanted to walk out in the front lawn naked and that's all you saw? You would enjoy seeing that, huh? And broadcasting that to all the people on your website? Yo, what's up, Aiden? Yo, you good, bro? You're good. Bro tried to Uno reverse, ain't it?
Backtracking a bit here, was he really trying to warn people on the dangers of weak security?
No.
Well, apparently the website's homepage had a message supporting this alleged programmer's reason, partly stating, to remove your public camera from the site and make it private, the only thing you need to do is change your camera default password. Now, taking us back to Simon Rice. He said that it is possible for the footage to be accessed using the default login credentials, which are fortunately or unfortunately
basically you're not safe in either situation
online for the cameras. Also adding on to that, Robert Siciliano, a McAfee identity theft expert, told the ABC News that criminals are usually aware of such information, default passwords and all, and can easily take advantage of unsuspecting victims. He urged users to not only choose secure passwords for their camera systems, but also to make sure that their software is up to date, discouraging hackers from exploiting any flaws. They could also go the extra mile of making sure their home and office Wi-Fis are encrypted. Tech support scammers posting Australian victims on YouTube.
Bro, what the freak?
Out on comment to search for tech-related fixes on YouTube. We all do that, and most times there's an easy fix somewhere out there. Well,
is this an ad?
On something like an online support page, or that one YouTube video that has the mic muted, but it always helps somehow. So shout out to those YouTube tutorials that have no mic. But going back to the online support page, you usually wouldn't question the genuineness of said page, and I believe scammers know that. Why? Well, back in 2016, there were 69 reported cases of Australians falling victim to an online scammer group going by the name Mac Patchers. The group claimed to be a tech support company allegedly providing technical assistance to people looking for help with issues like software installation or support for their Yahoo, Gmail, or Hotmail accounts. They would then proceed to extort.
Why not just, I don't know, contact them directly?
From the victims and hack their webcam.
Like contact Yahoo, contact Google. What are you talking about? You're gonna contact some random site?
Secretly record testimonial videos of them, which they would then post on their YouTube channel for self-promotion. And this was with neither the victim's knowledge.
Are you dumb or are you dumb? I hate that scammers exist. Oh my god, bro. Dude. I remember the times I got scammed. For more than 10. For more than $10, I got scammed before. That y'all hurt my heart, bro. And the worst scams is where you buy a product, they send you a product, and it's terrible quality, it's just bad. I ordered a hoodie in 2XL or 3XL or whatever. I got that jump back in medium, and the print on the hoodie was absolutely like stupid. It looks like they basically printed out a photo and somehow got it onto the freaking shirt, hoodie. That's how bad it looked. I wish I had it so I could show you, but I threw it away. Should have burned it.
consent. Now, among these unfortunate victims was Monash University medical professor Jeff Sussman. In an interview with the ABC, he shared the dreadful experience, describing it as very annoying and upsetting. In November of 2016, Professor Sussman had apparently purchased a computer which he unsuccessfully attempted to install Adobe software on. This made him seek help online and unfortunately landed him on a fake Adobe support page called Support for Adobe Australia. To make it look legitimate, the page had listed an Australian toll-free number which users could apparently dial for assistance. Like any other person in this situation, maybe, and desperate for help, Professor Sussman didn't think twice before calling. Little did he know that this was the beginning of what would be an unforgettable scam. Upon dialing, he was connected to the MacPatchers organization, if you can even call it that, who alleged that his computer had a virus which was preventing him from installing the Adobe software. They asked him to download some other program that basically...
Oh my gosh, bro. Bro, if y'all have older moms or anything, or grandma, grandpa, please, anytime you hear them on the phone with a telemarketer, tell them to hang up, please. Oh my gosh, bro. You be right back, Aiden. Alright, bet.
Gave them full access to his computer. In his own words, Professor Sussman humorously said that once you give them access to your computer, it's good night, sweet prince. He explained that the scammers made it look like they had removed the virus, when in reality, they had bugged his computer and gained access even to his webcam. After, quote, completing their services, they ran a line for Professor Sussman to read. Think of like a teleprompter. They were basically giving him a script, which suggested that he was satisfied with their assistance. He innocently read the words without knowing that he was being filmed and they would use his video to promote themselves, maliciously targeting other future unsuspecting victims. His fabricated testimonial video was among many others on
How many people did they do this to?
Website, with some showing the victims in extremely intimate settings.
Did they get booked?
As if it couldn't get any worse, Professor Sussman ended up losing at least $1,590 to the scammers who had later accessed his bank account. He said this $1,590. As if it couldn't get any worse, Professor Sussman ended up losing at least $1,590 to the scammers who had later accessed his bank account. He said this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to hear the fact that they got off easy or something. Don't tell me that.
Feel used and misled overall. Anyway, after they were exposed, MacPatcher's so-called official website literally disappeared from the face of the internet. But that wasn't their end though. An investigation by Latest Hacking News revealed that they went on to function under other alias fake sites. It's interesting to note that despite them appearing to be based on Australia, their operators had very distinct Indian accents and would introduce themselves with their Indian names, which is honestly arguably very suspicious for a company in Australia. Now, how were they found out? Well, it was all thanks to a whistleblower who identified as a scam baiter. He went by the single name David for the simple reason of protecting himself, having already outed other scammers and making enemies out of them.
And these are the type of people I love. Scammer payback, all the people that, expose scammers, I love y'all so much. I want to kiss y'all. I was going to say not like that, but what else could I say after saying that? I don't. Anyway, I love you. Keep doing you. Keep exposing them scammers. All right. We need more people like you in the universe.
Typically involved uncovering such organized online crimes and exposing them by pretending to seek help, then secretly screen recording the entire process. In November of 2017, David did exactly that with MacPatchers, who had the audacity to refer him to the many reviews and testimonials on their page when he called them out. Yes.
That's crazy.
They're telling him to yo, check out our reviews, and it was just videos unconsensually taken of these innocent people that they told to read scripts.
Insane.
And they were like, yep, these are our testimonials. That's actually crazy. This only made him concerned for the victims, since most of them actually looked happy with absolutely no clue that they had been scammed and swindled for their money without any real problem on their computer being fixed.
Bro, this is why I will never pay money to fix a computer problem, especially if it's internal. No, bro. I'm not paying online.
claims to have reported several such cases where Australian numbers have been linked to such sites to the telco networks that host them, only to find them still being used months later. The Communications Alliance, a telco industry group in Australia, responded by saying that network providers do their best to shut down suspicious numbers. However, that such misuse is extremely rare and virtually impossible to prove ill intent in advance. A Penn high school paid 6 figures in settlement for spying on students at home via web.
So this is what y'all was doing during the virtual times? We didn't even have to have our cameras on. You were already spying on our webcams? That's the same reason why I broke the Chromebook and got away with it, freaking punk. Yeah, try to charge me now. Yeah, stupid. You buffoon. No, I couldn't trust those freaking devices you gave us.
In 2010, the Lower Merion School District was faced by a lawsuit from a 15-year-old sophomore, Blake Robbins, who accused the district of invasion of privacy. The school had allegedly taken hundreds of photos of him secretly in a period of only 2 weeks. He and his family found out about this after he was...
But how though?
Taken hundreds of photos of him secretly in a period of only 2 weeks. He and his family found out about this after he was accused of dealing drugs by one of his teachers. This was weird.
What?
First, he was taking Mike and Ike's, the candy. And second, he was at home when he was taking the Mike.
This dude was popping Mike and Ike's, and the teachers that were hacking into his webcam thought he was popping cassettes. What is going on?
Robbins even joked on his Facebook, a post that is no longer available, that he felt safe in his room with his computer and advising everyone that they should keep their pants on because Lower Merion was watching them. After the suit was brought up, it was revealed that the district had secretly used software to remotely activate webcams on laptops issued to students. The software, called Theft Track, was initially installed to help recover stolen laptops, and the school claimed it was within use of the software that the school's vice principal watched.
Was ever in charge of the school? Getting chopped in your neck. Male or female. I'm joking. I would never hit a female. But look, somebody getting kicked in their throat. That's all I'm saying. You're not finna hack my baby webcam and get away with it. Somebody will be dealt with physically in GTA.
Dealing drugs, or I should say, quote, dealing drugs. Apparently, his laptop was suspected to be stolen, and in an attempt to locate it, a technician activated the webcam only to find him sorting out his candy. Weirdly though, the software allowed the school to capture thousands of images and screenshots without the students' knowledge or consent. These included photos of students in their homes, some of which were captured while they were asleep or in other private situations. This footage was then sent to the school servers, after which the laptop would delete the shared files.
Juke means business for real? Yep, yeah, sure do.
This footage was then sent to the school servers, after which the laptop would delete the shared files. It was programmed to do that, making sure that there was no trace of such activity on the laptop itself. It wasn't exactly clear who in the school had access to the footage, but they were evidently stored in the school servers and reviewed by the employees. As you might imagine, this raised significant concerns about privacy violations, as there was no notification to students or parents about the monitoring capabilities of the laptops. Word has it that had the school made their intentions clear from the beginning, they would have not been in all of that legal trouble. On top of the Robbins case, another student...
Bro, if they would have made that known, my kid wouldn't have had any of their laptops. I would have bought my kid their own laptop, and no type of software would be on there like that. I'm gonna protect my baby. You got a problem with it, you'll have to see the Lord about it when I send you up there. I'm joking. I'm playing. Nah, they need Jesus. They need the Lord, because what are y'all doing? I'll just let this happen.
Of Jalil Hassan filed a second suit accusing the school of taking more than 1,000 photos of him unknowingly via his computer over a 2-month period. Speaking to CBS, Robbins said that he
2 months.
Good for calling out the justice, and his mother was still in disbelief of the school's audacity to do that. The school eventually settled with the family after the scandal sparked nationwide interest. The Robbins family was set to get $175,000, their attorney was set to get $425,000, and Jalil was to receive $10,000. After all that, the Robinson family said that they were
only $175,000. Y'all can give me all that money whenever you hack my baby's computer. But y'all can't pay for better school lunches? So that means every school system is just hiding money. That's what y'all like to do. Oh, you know what I was thinking, Bill? Yeah. Maybe we should put our money into like stuff for the children to get, better health. No, we're gonna keep it for ourselves, and we're not gonna pay our teachers. Yeah, we're not gonna pay our teachers.
On legislation to make webcam spying a federal offense. 8-year-old's room live streamed on a live webcam app. Naturally, a parent's biggest fear is failing to protect their children. Jennifer, a Houston mother, had this fear come to life in August of 2016 when she found out that the feed of the camera she had installed in her 8-year-old twin daughter's room had been hacked, with the footage posted online for basically anyone to see. They had put in
Bro, oh no, bro. Taking the camera down immediately. Oh, literally climb. I don't care how short I am. I'm gonna climb on the step ladder. Take the camera. Ripping that camera down as soon as I
ensure their daughter's safety turned out to work to the opposite effect, arguably being used to make it more unsafe for the twins. According to Jennifer, she couldn't wrap her head around her daughters being seen in their intimate moments, dressing up, playing, or even just sleeping. It was horrific. And how did she find out what was going on? Well, that was through a friend who had apparently seen a picture of the twins' bedroom posted on a Houston mothers group on Facebook. Shelby Ivy, the user who shared the picture, was a mother of 2 who lived more than 2,000 miles away from Jennifer in Kaiser, Oregon. She had stumbled upon the live feed while looking at satellite images of the Earth online with her son.
She was looking at satellite images of the Earth.
She came across a free live camera viewer app, which she found interesting, and downloaded only to come across the little girl's room. This was among other feeds as she scrolled through. Horrifyingly, the location of Jennifer's house was pasted at the top of the page, right there with the camera is viewable. Ivy immediately created a Facebook post to alert the public.
What? I don't trust cameras from now on. Shoot, the camera that I have turned off could be potentially on, and people are probably spying on me right now. I'm joking.
This went viral due to the chilling nature of the incident and was shared more than 4,000 times across different news outlets pages, comment sections, and different mom groups. Ivy herself was extremely spooked and even in tears just imagining the kind of violation Jennifer's daughters had endured. In an ABC interview, Kevin Haley, a Symantec security officer, shared that a system is highly vulnerable to an attack if it's connected to the internet, since most of these systems have not been designed to be secure, which offers hackers multiple.
I'm on the internet right now. So you're telling me if I don't close my laptop, it's wraps? They saw what I've done. Just kidding, I don't care. I don't care.
Opportunities to break into them. Luckily, a security company tracked the hackers and believed that the incident was made possible through Minecraft.
What? Minecraft? Negro bean, what are you talking about? Upon learning of the hack, Jennifer hired a security consulting company to figure out what happened. It turns out one of her daughters accidentally opened the door to a group of hackers when she decided to play Minecraft on an unprotected server. It was child's play for the attackers to identify the IP address of the daughter's iPad. First of all, who wrote this? Why would you write this like this? Why are you trying to, they literally put a quote unquote joke in here, bro. It was child's play for the attackers to identify. You not slick. Who wrote this? I'm slapping you in the back of your neck. Why would you put that? It was child's play for the attackers to identify the IP address of the daughter's iPad. From there, they made their way to the modem and DR. We gonna retry that. From there, they made their way to the modem and DVR system, which connect to the home's security cameras. So I can't play games. So if I hop on an unprotected Fortnite server, my whole information is leaked. Yeah, I'm not gonna be playing games for a while, guys. Not online, like not games that you have to, be online for. I don't even play those games on my channel. What am I talking about? I'm good. I play indie games. I play scary games.
A security company tracked the hackers and believed that the incident was made possible through Minecraft. One of Jennifer's daughters was playing it on her iPad. Apparently, a prompt had popped up requesting for the name of their server, of which her daughter searched for a random one online. It turned out to have been unprotected. This way, the hackers could easily locate the family's monitor and computer systems, then access their modem as well as DVR system. This would then allow access to the cameras in their home. Anyway, this incident only motivated Jennifer to enforce her security system, but also to ban her daughters from using the internet as a whole. Jennifer went ahead.
So they grew up with no internet. Dang.
Advise parents to be vigilant and always watch what their kids are doing to avoid such incidents. Putting aside the obvious trauma, if there's anything positive that came out of this experience is the friendship between Ivy and Jennifer. In fact, Jennifer could not possibly thank Ivy enough for saving their lives.
Boy, I would do more than just thank her. Look, we would meet in person and kiss. Alright, I'm done with the kissing jokes. I'm sorry. But you saved me and my kid's life. Like, I can't even, words won't even explain how happy and joyous I would be to know that people like you exist. So I don't know what I would do. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what I would do.
Miss Teen USA tortured for a year after webcam was hacked. 19-year-old Californian Cassidy Wolf was on the
clipped. Chill, bro, chill.
Of stardom, having won Americans' hearts in the last 2 years. She had been contesting in beauty pageants. This was in 2013 and just...
This is the scary thing about being famous on the internet. People can literally just torture you. Or being famous on TV. Bro.
Before she was crowned Miss Teen USA, rather
before
beauty pageant was on the path of stardom for a year after webcam was hacked. 19-year-old Californian Cassidy Wolf was on the path of stardom, having won Americans' hearts in the last 2 years. She had been contesting in beauty pageants. This was in 2013, and just months before she was crowned Miss Teen USA, rather shockingly, she revealed that she had been a victim of sextortion. She had apparently received an anonymous email with nude photos of herself, with the sender threatening to expose her, aka just blackmail her, unless she were to send better quality images or perform sexual acts via a Skype call. Cassidy was horrified by the email.
Bro, what the freak? Look, I feel for the women in today's society and, the women of the past and all that stuff. Women have gone through way too much, bro. Women be getting catcalled. They be getting flagged down. They be getting tortured, whether that's online or freaking in person. Dude. And look, before you even say, oh, you one of them men. No, I'm just saying that men be complaining about their life a lot, but women be going through the most, I ain't gonna lie. And I say that with confidence because I grew up, with just a mom. I grew up around mostly females. And the stories that my female cousins and sister, things that I've seen happen to my sister is insane, bro. Absolutely horrifying, bro. That's why I take, how can I say this? That's why I take things like this very, very seriously. Like people that make jokes about the R word and all that stuff, you're weird. You're weird to me. I never found that word funny. Essay, all that other stuff, I never found that funny. And not to get, too personal on here, but bro, like it hasn't happened to me, but it's let's just say I know some people that it's happened to, and I don't want that to happen to anybody else ever. So this is just weird, bro.
better quality images.
What the like? What do you gain out of this?
Or
Real
perform
talk.
sexual acts via a Skype call. Cassidy was horrified by the email and immediately contacted her mom, who acted swiftly by reporting the case to the police. It didn't take long before the FBI took over and linked the case
I want to see the dude's face.
19-year-old Californian Jared James Abraham.
Look at this punk. Look at this absolute punk. Bro, he's getting rocked. He's getting rocked. I bet you they beat on him in jail.
Who confessed to having hacked
in GTA
to 100 to 150 women's webcams. Following his arrest, the college confessed to having hacked into 100 to 150 women's webcams.
I promise you, if he doesn't get like a sentence more than 5 years, I'm mad. I'm ending the stream early.
Following his arrest, the college student pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 18 months in federal prison. It was
I will press this button. I promise you I'll press this button, but I have content to make. What the freak? 18 months. Bro, that just made me mad. I ain't gonna lie.
Following his arrest, the college student pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 18 months in federal prison. It was discovered that he had used the invasive malware Blackshades to hack into these women's computers with similar demands to Cassidy's case. Blackshades can reportedly be used remotely to gain full access
18 freaking months.
the victim's computer, including accessing their webcam, logging keystrokes, accessing private information like login details, and downloading or executing files from the victim's computers. What's also crazy about
that just made me so mad. I don't even want to see this dude's face, bro.
Is that Jared targeted young women that he already knew. He actually went to the same high school together with Cassidy, that being Great Oaks High School, and even graduated in the same year in 2012. Interestingly, being
so basically, all in all, men that do this across the internet, across the web, they basically do this because they can never talk to women themselves. Every time you walked up to a woman, you got rejected, didn't you? Every time you walked up to a woman, they spit in your face, huh? But here's the thing. Y'all are not separating those people from other real people that have nothing to do with you. Yeah, he may have known them. But just because, why are you taking your past experiences out on random people, bro? Why? That's like saying, oh, I don't want to date no black guy because I had a bad experience with 2 other black guys. What are you talking about? Not every black guy is going to be the same as the black men that cheated on you. Are you serious? Why do people do this? I don't get it. I don't understand. You decide to do this to other women because you yourself couldn't talk to any? But it seems like, the US don't care because they only locked you up for 18 months. You basically committed 150 crimes and they locked you up for 18 months.
sweetheart she is, Cassidy had mixed emotions about the incident to the point where she literally was sympathizing with Jared's situation. Speaking to CBS,
What?
Had mixed emotions about the incident to the point where she literally was sympathizing with Jared's situation. Speaking to CBS, she was shocked that the two were the same age and that Jared had chosen to participate in the malicious acts, practically throwing his whole life away.
No. Do not sympathize with him. He's the bro. No.
Bad that Jared had terrorized her and many other girls without realizing the extent of damage of his actions or the severity of their consequences.
He's 19. He knows what he did. Hold on. Let me replay this, make sure I heard it right.
With Jared's situation. Speaking to CBS, she was shocked that the two were the same age and that Jared had chosen to participate in the malicious acts, practically throwing his whole life away. She felt bad that Jared had terrorized her and many other girls without realizing the extent of damage of his actions or the severity of.
He didn't realize the damage that his actions could cause. Bro, what are you talking about? Dude, He's above the age. Anybody above the age of 14 would know that that's wrong. Are you like stupid? What does this world come to? What? You felt bad. Why are you feeling bad for what he did to you and 149 other women? No matter the age, no matter this, that, third, it's still wrong. That's like robbing from a grocery store. Like you walk into Walmart, you keep stealing candy, it adds up. And then when you get arrested, you're like, oh, I didn't know how much damage it would do. And then people start feeling bad for that. What in the actual flip are you talking about? Bro, that just made me upset, like in real life. Lola Juke Squad coming for this man in GTA.
Consequences. Despite her refusing to consent to these horrific demands, she shared that she never thought that she could have been sextorted, never thought that she could have been a victim. Overall,
it could be anybody. Women, stay safe. Women, stay safe. And for all the men out there who's saying, oh, well, what about the men? Everybody stay safe.
Case, but at least with media coverage, enough to be a wake-up call to the risk of cybercrime and sexual cyberbullying. This came off as particularly important in the eyes of the victim.
And stop. Bro, if you're about to, like, how do I say this on YouTube without getting booted? If you're about to, I don't want to say don't get comfortable in your own house, but like, be aware of your surroundings. That's the best advice I can give anybody.
The risk of cybercrime and sexual cyberbullying. This came off as particularly important in the eyes of the victims. As in an interview with CNN, Cassidy said that it was a traumatizing experience, especially because one is supposed to feel safe in their bedroom, that being their most intimate space.
Right, that they're supposed to feel safe there. But there's others in the world that don't care about you or your bedroom. That's not even me being funny, that's me being serious. People will literally do anything. Bro, oh my gosh, like my brain can't wrap around what's going on.
After being crowned Miss Teen USA, Cassidy committed to being an advocate against cybercrime.
What is this? I'm not watching that.
Using her story to educate other young girls across the country on safety measures when using the internet. Also, with the high rise of sextortion cases at the time, the US government also made attempts at educating the public, issuing advice to computer users to do things like use passwords that are difficult to guess, avoid opening unverified attachments, to always use reliable antivirus software with updated definitions, as well as covering their webcams when they're not in use.
Like, James literally just said, put tape over your webcam when you're not using it.
Robert Davies. For years, he hacked webcams, including of people he knew. 32-year-old Robert Davies
deserves to be slapped in the back of the neck.
A software engineer from Byron Close, Colwick, and Nottingham, hacked into women's and children's webcams over a
children. Bruh, I can't keep pausing because I have to end the stream around 1:30, but it's getting worse and worse.
Period of nearly 9 years, from 2010 to 2019. He did this using remote access Trojans, aka rats, and
you
other
have to be
tools.
kidding me.
The goal? Well, just to simply spy on his unsuspecting victims. As per the reports, these remote access Trojans
so he'll just do this weird stuff for fun.
Enabled him to remotely control the web.
Play a video game.
Of his targets, which then allowed him to capture private and intimate moments. And just to explain more on the modus operandi, he gained access to his victims' devices by disguising malware and URLs that he sent through fake social media and messaging profiles. He basically tricked people into downloading the spyware. He also catfished some using a fake Skype account where they believed they would indulge in suggestive sexual conversations with women. In total, it was discovered that he had victimized more than 30 women, one of them being a vulnerable young girl who was only 11 years old. Victimized more than 30 women, one of them being a vulnerable young girl who was only 11 years old.
Parents, do your jobs as parents and look at what your children are doing on their computer devices, okay? Please. So we can stop creeps like this person from getting the information of your child.
The girl later shared that in the 2-year, quote, relationship that they had, he was the only one who would tell her she was beautiful at her worst. And that, people, is called grooming. Anyway, Davies also collected indecent images.
Stomach is literally...
some of which involved children, and kept a massive database of stolen content. One of his victims, Miss Coleman, reported that there was an image of her and her partner in their bedroom which was extremely personal and private. Another woman said that Davies' behavior was extremely creepy. And, as if it couldn't get any creepier, Davies was found to be in possession of one woman's data and an image of her lying on her bed holding up her underwear. The woman claimed to have only shared that with her partner. Now, this streak wouldn't last forever, as crimes came to light after being identified as a customer of WeLeak.info, a site that used to sell login credentials obtained from data breaches. This was before it was seized by the FBI and the National Crime Agency after multiple arrests between 2019 and 2021.
I feel like crying right now because this is my biggest fear. Like, we just went over my biggest fear as a parent, my biggest fear as a brother, my biggest fear as a...
Pleaded guilty to 24 offenses under the Computer Misuse Act, along with charges for possessing indecent images of children and voyeurism. He was sentenced to 26 months in prison in 2021.
Wait, what?
Indecent images of children and voyeurism. He was sentenced to 26 months in prison.
What is 26 months gonna do? Let me know what 26 months is gonna do. Oh my gosh, bro. Who is deciding the amount of jail time? 26 months. Did you not hear about the 11-year-old? Hello?
2021. At the Nottingham Crown Court. He was sentenced to 2 years and 2 months in prison, alongside the...
Like that's any better.
Sentence, Davies was placed on the sex offenders registry, issued a 10-year restraining order, and given a sexual harm prevention.
He should have had a 10-year plus sentence.
Order. Judge Julie Warburton told the court that because of Davies' actions, victims had been left feeling violated and that the extent of the damage caused was immeasurable. Following his...
But Judge, you only give him 26 months.
An operations manager from the NCA's National Cybercrime Unit, Andrew Chirac, said that with the severity in Davies' case, he had ultimately unlocked what could only be described as a cybercriminal's toolkit. Laptop rental firms spying on customers. We've all probably rented something before. Whether that...
I would never, ever in my life rent a freaking device.
A house, a car, a DVD from Redbox. You guys remember Redbox? If there...
Dude, I am way too young for that.
Some of you in the comments that don't remember what Redbox is, I'm gonna feel so old. Come on, guys, please remember what Redbox existed. But anyway, when you're renting something, obviously there's the risk of losing it. But what if I told you that there was another risk? Being spied on. A Wyoming couple, Crystal and Brian Bird, claimed to have fallen victim to this after renting a laptop from Aaron's, a popular furniture and electronics rental company. They only found out about this after the store's manager made an unexpected visit to their home in December of 2010, after incorrectly assuming that the couple went against their renting agreement. With him, the manager had a picture of the couple unmistakably taken from the laptop's webcam. The Birds were outright upset because of this invasion of privacy, which led them to sue Aaron's in 2011. Their claim was that the company's rental computers were equipped with software that allowed them to track keystrokes, screenshots, and even webcam images without the customer's knowledge or consent. The lawsuit alleged that Aaron's used this information to monitor customers' activities, including their personal and private lives. The case sparked significant controversy and led to investigations by the Federal Trade Commission, which then, rather shockingly, discovered not one, not two, but 7 computer rental companies that were spying on their customers through rent-to-own laptops that...
Bro, I'm not trusting a single thing. I'm not trusting a single thing, bro.
pre-installed with spy software. This software would essentially monitor the customers, ensuring that they paid their bills on time, but also track their locations, stole bank account information, read private emails, and even use the laptop webcams to photograph and bank account monitor the customers. Laptops that came pre-installed with spy software. This software would essentially monitor the customers, ensuring that they paid their bills on time, but also track their locations, stole bank account information, read private emails, and even use the laptop webcams to photograph and record intimate moments like people having sex. Yep, they did that. And by
did they get in trouble? And for how long?
Time the Birds case came to light, this secret spying had affected nearly 420,000 unsuspecting customers. Yes, 6 digits, 420,000.
Oh, I want to hear what I want to fill me in on what happened to them.
Upon further investigations, it was revealed that this spying software was enabled through a number of programs made by Designerware, a software design firm. Used at surface level, the software provided the electronics renting companies with a kill switch, which would allow them to shut down the device should it be stolen or the renter failed to pay the required bills. There was, however, a feature in the software called Detective Mode, which really empowered all the nasty happenings, including giving the companies full access to the computer.
Why would you do that?
Including its keyboard, screen, and webcam. Originally designed to help rental companies track down and recover computers from uncooperative customers, some companies or employees found hideous uses for it. The software also had these annoying prompts that came up on the screen the minute the customers would need to use your computer. That's apparently something that Detective Mode perfected. It forced customers to fill in private information like their home addresses, phone numbers, and emails. Speaking to ABC News, legal experts condemned this outrageous act, claiming that although the rental company may have the right to use technology to track their property or shut it down, the customers need to be told when they're being monitored. Basically, some consent would have gone a long way. Unfortunately for the
I'm over here getting it in with my honey boo bear, and you're watching me? I don't want you watching me. You freak.
Birds, the charges could not be proven to be criminal, and the FTC only had civil authority. The FTC, though, could not be proven to be criminal, and the FTC gone a long way. Unfortunately for the Birds, the charges could not be proven to be criminal.
That just made me mad. They couldn't be proven criminal. It's just getting worse and worse.
FTC only had civil authority. The FTC, though, ultimately ordered Aaron's and the other rental companies to stop using spyware on their rental computers without obtaining explicit customer consent.
Thank you.
Computer expert exposed after hacking victims' webcams. In November of 2010, a British computer expert, Matthew Anderson, was sentenced to 30 months in prison for hacking into the webcams of several victims and secretly recording all of them. The 30-year-old father of 5 from Drumore Moray in Scotland did all this while in his mother's front room, practically misusing his skills to terrorize people around the world. His style of hacking, if you can phrase it that way, was sending unsolicited emails to unsuspecting victims. Attached in the emails would be viruses, which when opened, would run in the background while the computers were being used. They would secretly allow remote control of the computers, something which Anderson did not hesitate to take advantage of. Reports said that he actually accessed extremely personal and intimate data, even hacking into victims' webcams to spy on them in intimate settings.
Bro, what is wrong with these people, bro?
Differently, it's like he was obsessed with people's homes and private moments. And this is something that,
yeah, pretty freaking weird.
Psychology has actually proven to be associated with criminal masterminds. They get addicted to attention and love to be associated with their crime, like to be known as the guy that does a specific crime a specific way. Anderson was no exception. Anderson was caught after a Scotland Yard investigation discovered that he had been part of an international gang that was notorious in cybercrimes. He was described to be part of this top-end international hacking community by prosecutor Hugh Davies, with emphasis on top end due to the level of sophistication of his crimes. Now,
bro, this is absolutely insane.
Unsettling is that among some of the files found on his computer included images of a young girl in her school uniform, a family photograph of a mother and her newborn baby in the hospital, and intimate pictures of sexual nature. For reasons best
I'm gonna throw up. I want to throw up and vomit.
To him, he even collected victims' wills, medical records, and resumes. And probably the most wicked thing about all of this is that he boasted to a friend that he made a teenage girl cry during one of his crimes. Anyway, additionally, beyond individuals,
I promise you, if his sentence is below 10 years, I'm actually ending the freaking stream.
Affected charities, government departments, the John Radcliffe Hospital in Oxford, and Oxford University. It was basically borderline a national disaster, as well as huge expenses and disruptions in the UK. Upon investigation, authorities found that Anderson had created a network of compromised devices, and this led to him facing multiple charges.
He needs to be chokeslammed. In GTA, in Grand Theft Auto 5.
And unauthorized access to computer systems. Anderson's defense attorney, Simon Ward, however, claimed that the perpetrator had joined online chat rooms after being left housebound by panic attacks in his early 20s. He further said that Anderson had been motivated by the feeling of power that comes from the knowledge that you have control over something that others don't know you have control of. Ward even said that Anderson had been a foolish young man, but had now matured and had the support of his partner, who actually sat in the public gallery during the hearing. Clearly,
oh my.
The sentencing judge, Judge Jeffrey Rivlin, was not convinced by any of it.
Thank you. Please tell me you're gonna...
He said that Anderson derived great pleasure and satisfaction from the said power that the scam gave him. The judge further described the crime as of an almost unimaginable scale. This meant the odds were clearly against Anderson.
I want to hear this.
Then pled guilty to one charge of causing unauthorized modifications to the contents of computers between September 2005 and
how many years, Tov?
June 2006. He faced a jail sentence of 18 months, which... September 2005 and June 2006. He faced a jail sentence of 18 months years between September 2005 and June 2006. He faced a jail sentence of 18 months years between September 2005 and June 2006. He faced a jail sentence of 18 months, which he was given the option of serving half of it and paying a fine of 5,000 euros.
Finish the video.
Like the police's reputation of being negligent in some similar investigations, this particular case ended up with the judge applauding the police for excellent work and maintaining a high standard of inquiry.
I'm not.
Philip Durakinski hacked school webcams to create CP. On January 4th of 2017, Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, found out about an infection on more than 100 of its computers. Yes, 100. How? Well, it was all thanks to an unnamed third party who apparently came across the issue and made a report. Actually, this case...
Hey, remember me from the FNAF stream? Yeah, I do, bro. What's up, Greggy boy? Joined at a crazy time.
Taken quite seriously, even seeing the university work together with the FBI revealed that the systems had actually been infected by the malware for years before the discovery. They also linked the malware to a CWRU's alumni, a man named Philip Durakinski, who had developed it for reasons only known to him, aka he's a pervert. He had later named the software Fruitfly. And before we get into the risks that Fruitfly posed, there's quite a bit about Durakinski beyond the fact that he was arrested on January 25th of the same year for involvement in the malware. For instance, on the question of who is Philip Durakinski, his friends described the northeastern Ohio resident as an awkward kid throughout his schooling life. He was apparently particularly active in co-curricular activities, such as the computer club in high school, astoundingly winning a programming competition in both 2005 and 2006. He also later joined CWRU for college, where he would...
If this guy gets no jail time, it's over for the galaxy, bro, I promise.
...to graduate with a physics degree. Durakinski allegedly hacked into his high school computer systems, although not proven, and while at CWRU, he was accused of cracking passwords on a CWRU network. Following his arrest in 2017, a local law enforcement representative confessed that Durakinski was very well known to the authorities. Clearly, his reputation sort of preceded him. To add to that, the authorities claimed that the then 28-year-old had run a 13-year-long scheme from 2003 to January. Authorities claimed that the then 28-year-old had run a 13-year-long scheme To add to that, the authorities claimed that the then 28-year-old had run a 13-year-long scheme from 2003 to January 20th of 2017 that infected multiple computers with the fruit fly malware. If you do the math correctly, this dude had been at it since he was 15 years old. Circling back to fruit fly's risks, it targeted Mac computers, allowing Durakinski access to use Circling back to fruit fly's risks, it targeted Mac computers,
I am recording this on a MacBook.
Durakinski access to users' cameras and microphones, which enabled him to record video and audio. He was also accused of using the malware to steal personal information such as login credentials, tax records, medical records, photographs, and banking records, among many other details that anyone would have dreaded if they were exposed.
Oh, really? And how much time did he serve?
Even more shocking is that while he secretly spied on his victims, the malware alerted him when a user typed pornographic words. It's not clear how he used that to his advantage, but I'm gonna guess it's because he wanted to know what type of freaky stuff his victims were into. Now with the
weirdo
severity of these allegations, it took nearly 7 years for Durakinski to be charged. He faced a 16.
Wait, what?
It's because he wanted to know what type of freaky stuff his victims were into. Now with the severity of these allegations, it took nearly 7 years for Durakinski to charged. He faced a 16-count indictment quite recently, on December 7th of 2023. Judge Solomon Oliver, however, ruled that the guy was unfit to stand trial because of his autistic spectrum. It's interesting to note that both the defense and prosecution in this case agreed with the ruling, but Durakinski himself wasn't happy with how the case had been handled. This sparked online debates where some sympathized with him and agreed with the ruling, while others believed that Durakinski had full understanding of the damage he was causing, whether diagnosed with autism or not. Alright guys, that was it.
So you telling me he got no time? Is that what you just told me? I'm ending stream. I'm ending stream. I'm ending stream. Hey, Greggy boy, I'll think about the mod. Just join the Discord and I guess I'll let you know. Just remind me. But right now I'm mad. Look. Oh my. Okay. If he knew how to do all those things, whether he was artistic or not, if he knew how to hack into everything, if he knew how to do all that stuff, I'm pretty sure he knew the consequences of his actions. We are putting the most dumbest judges in the freaking courtroom ever to exist in human history, especially for cases like this. It's just beyond stupid. I don't think I'm joining Discord. It acts funny at times. Well, I'm trying to see if another way you can contact and remind me about it. Just comment about it in a YouTube video and I'll see it. Look, right now I'm infuriated. We need way better judges, Strawberry. Way better judges. Oh my gosh, like what the freak? How do you dismiss so many? Look, y'all. I'm done. On that note, I'm done. All right, I'm done with the stream. My head is on fire right now, like literally. I'm gonna become a nuke. Juke? No, nuke. Gonna cause damage to the tri-state area. But no, like in all seriousness though, those videos were actually terrifying and disgusting to watch. So I guess we accomplished the goal of tonight's stream. But that just blew my mind. Bet, but I'll also try to figure out what's wrong with Discord. If not, I'll just do YouTube comments. Alright, bet, I got you. Frankie. W streamed you. Appreciate you, Nardo. Hey. I'm glad y'all tuned in. I hope the stream wasn't too long or short. Hope y'all were absolutely taken aback from what you saw on tonight's stream. And I hope y'all get some good night's sleep, because I know y'all got school. And I know I got school. I hope I wake up in the morning. I probably won't even be able to sleep because these freaking videos. But hey, all in all, I had a great time being disgusted out. But learning about that stuff is something I wish I'd never learned about. But at the same time, I wish I did, because it's important and we need to know about things like this in all seriousness. But I appreciate y'all for being in the stream. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have sweet dreams. Y'all stay safe out there. Jukebox Juke out. I hope to see you in the next live stream tomorrow night, 11 p.m. or 11:30 p.m. If you want better updates, check the Discord, link in the description. With that being said, good night, everybody. I love all of you. Jukebox Juke out. Oh, thanks, Strawberry, and James, and Nardo, and Greggy, and everyone who joined the stream.